Did you notice that with the revelation of the truth about Kessler, that he is actually Butcher's tumor talking to him? With this revelation, can we conclude that Butcher actually has powers and can fight Homelander? And a detail that Victoria Newman didn't notice in her speech that could really screw her up in the next episode. And about a problem that almost every main character in the show is having, all facing something similar. Did you notice this? Today is the day to talk about some secrets, details and reference in this episode 6 of the season 4 of The Boys. If you wanna know, let's go! Hello everyone who watching this beautiful channel, my name is João Victor and I'm back to talk about this 4th season of The Boys. That is insane. This episode 6 was one of the most insane episodes so far of this show, full of heavy and sickening scenes to watch, but there's a bunch of details that most of you probably miss, and let's talk about it, explain everything. But first, don't forget to check the like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's try to get 2,000 subscribers. Thank you for your help, thank you for your patience with my English, and let's go. Yeah, another crazy episode of The Boys that is dividing opinions but leaves a lot of excitement and some clues for what's coming in the next episode. But here we also have some interesting reference, and the first one I like to talk is about Tech Knight, because he gives some reference to some superheroes, and the first one is Batman. Yeah, we have a lot of reference to Batman in this character. Basically his name, Tech Knight, is a reference to Batman, the Dark Knight, something very similar, but there's something that is almost the same, like his house. The style of this house is so similar to Bruce Wayne's house. He's also a rich man who received money from his family, his parents. Also, he has a hidden cave that is a reference to Batcave. In there, he has a butler visually similar to Alfred, who raised him from a young age, called Elijah. Everything here was based on Batman, but we also have reference to another superhero. I'm talking about the reference to Iron Man, basically Tony Stark. Like an easy money, but the detail that is a reference to Tony Stark is that just like him, his family would have gotten rich by exploiting people, as Tech Knight says in this scene with A-Train. Also, there's some scenes like episode 2 in this season when we see Ryan playing some video game, we see some characters from Vault, there's Tech Knight there, and in the game he's using like some armor like Iron Man. Yeah, a good detail, but let's go to the next one, like a secret that can change something in the story in the next episodes, and I'm talking about A-Train as a hero. Yeah, in this scene where he rescues Eminem and takes him to the hospital, we see that a little boy looks at him like a hero. His eyes shine. This gives us the feeling that A-Train will continue working for the boys, working to help Eminem, Annie, and Huey. He will continue trying to promote good things, to be a hero, but this will probably generate some moments that will make him betray Homelander even more, so this could mean the end of him. Like, Sister Sage probably knows that he's betraying them, but she didn't tell anything so far. But in the future he will betray even more and more. That's not gonna be a good thing to A-Train. I think he will die in this season. Go put in the comments what you think, but let's go to the next one, and this one is about one of the most important things about this season, because it's about Butcher. I like to say that the fight could happen, and when I say fight, I mean the fight between Butcher and Homelander. Another fight, but probably a bigger one, bigger than the season 3. Yeah, and I'm saying this because we see the revelation of Kessler, which is Butcher's tumor that influenced him as Venom, and was even the tumor that killed Ezekiel in the episode 4. So it now proves that Butcher has a power within him that can be shown on screen in action in the next or the last episode. And now he could end up fighting Homelander or another soup and kill some soup. Accidentally or not, but I think we are going to see he killing someone in this season. He killing some important character. I don't know which one. Go put in the comments which one you think will die. I don't think this season will end without Butcher killing someone important. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Talking about Butcher, let's talk about all of the main characters, most of the main characters in this show that are going through the same problem in this season. Since the first episode and now in this episode 6 we can conclude this. I'm talking about the identity crisis. crises, a big problem that everyone is facing in the season. Like, with this episode we are able to conclude that most of the main characters in this show are going through this same thing. Like Homelander, he's struggling to know what kind of father he should be to Ryan. Talking about Annie, she's struggling to know who she should be, the more human Annie herself or Starlight, who's the soup, and this could be one of the causes that the lack of the powers, because you probably noticed that in this season she is facing some problems to use her powers, and this is a clear reference to Spider-Man. Like Peter Parker from Tobey Maguire, basically in the Spider-Man 2, he is facing some identity crisis and his powers also begins to be weakened. Kimiko is also facing identity crisis. She's struggling with her past and trying to convince herself that she's not a monster. While she tries to avoid being like a weapon, she needs to be like this because the group needs her help. Also, we have A-Train, as I said in the other detail. He's trying to decide if he's going to be a hero or if he's going to work close to Homelander, because he's working for these two sides. And even Victoria Newman, she's torn between gaining power by helping Homelander or following her principles that are more aligned to Starlight's side. Inside Tech Knight's house, in the reunion, she's not like comfortable. And we have many others that are facing this identity crisis in the show. I can't tell everyone here, so let's go to the next detail. I just talked about Newman. Let's talk about her again, because if you didn't notice, this episode shows that Newman will be exposed. Yeah, it's because of this speech that she gives to the most powerful people of the country. She says some wrong things, and her entire speech was recorded by Huey. Yeah, he planted the bug in the room when he infiltrated the event. It was actually his greatest use. But let's talk about Newman again in the next detail, because we have another detail that tells us more about her difference with Homelander. Yeah, I'm talking about Newman blowing her head, because this scene where she's blowing up her head makes reference to what her mind imagines. It's a clear reference to previous seasons that we see a scene of Homelander mind imagines he killing all of the people in the square. He's using the laser to kill these people, but it's not a real scene. But here comes the difference and shows how they are not aligned. Like Homelander imagines himself killing others, and Victoria Newman imagines herself taking her own life. She doesn't have the same purpose and the values as Homelander, and this is a clear clue that in the next episodes we may have some problem between them. Yeah, and there we go to the next secret. We have this scene of Newman talking to Sister Sage, and let's talk about the Sister Sage, because here we have a revelation that she knows the cancer cure. Like Sister Sage reveals that when she was little, she discovered the cure for her grandmother's tumor. Her ability is crazy, it's insane. She says in the scene that she could save the world from this disease, but that no one cares about it. But the most important thing here is that this scene made me think that Sister Sage could make this virus that kills soaps. She's intelligent, she probably have the intelligence to know how to do it because she knows the cure for the cancer. Will she have some influence in Butcher's plot in the end, this virus problem? Go put in the comments what you think. And talking about Sage, since the first episode we have a problem between her and Firecracker, and the next detail is about this. Firecracker and the comeback. Yeah, we see that after showing herself to be useless in her powers and be humiliated, she breaks Homelander. She finally shows her value by presenting something useful that conquers Homelander in his weak point, and this indicates that she will have more influence than Sister Sage now. Clearly Homelander now doesn't like Sage anymore and will become dependent on Firecracker. So Firecracker could end up humiliating Sister Sage, doing the revenge against her like she did to Annie. She liked revenge. I think she's that type of person, as she spent her life trying to get revenge on Starlight. So let's wait, only more 2 episodes, but let's talk about another reference in this episode. It's a funny one. I like to talk about the reference to Zendaya, and it was so funny when I watched it for the first time. It's brilliant because when we see in the episode the Huey's infiltration, we see that the original web weaver has a safe word, so that when he speaks it's because he can't handle what happens there anymore. And the funny thing is that in the end Elijah reveals to Huey that this world is Zendaya. Like the Spider-Man of this world has Zendaya, who is the original Spider-Man's girlfriend, as a safe word. I confess that I laughed a lot when I watched it for the first time. Go put in the comments what you think about it. Go put in the comments which one you think is the best here in this video. Don't forget to check the like, it's very important if you like it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want more content about The Boys, about House of the Dragon, about some movies and TV shows. I'll be back soon. Thank you for watching and bye.